What up, y'all? It's your man Abuamerican, and good morning. You know, the whole I want to talk about monogamy and polygyny, and I find it interesting. A lot of times, you find guys who probably have never been married themselves at all, or guys who have only been monogamously married, talking about they only want the love of one woman, and they couldn't imagine being polygynous and whatnot, and yada yada. One woman, one woman, one woman. Look, I have no problem with guys wanting to be monogamous. That's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's not normal for a man, but I don't have a problem with it. But here's the thing: if you feel or you think that one woman's gonna love you truly, deeply, dearly, sincerely and completely, and I think that's generally what most guys want. They they want to be appreciated and loved by a woman. The concept is so magnificent in their mind, the love of a woman, that the idea that they might do anything to upset her and that she might in turn remove that love is terrifying to them. They go into the idea of polygyny with an idea and a concept of fear. She's not going to love me like she loved me before. Let me tell you something. If another woman, and I know this sounds like a tropism, or however you say tropism, she never really loved you if another woman is going to get in the way of her loving you the way she did before there was another woman. She was happy possessing you or loving you according to her terms, and as long as you met her terms, she would love you. But then that's not love, really. That's conditional, isn't it? I mean, I'm not saying unconditional love doesn't exist. Almost all love is conditional, unless it's like parents to their children, pets to their owners, and this type of stuff. But she was never really into you. You were never really that guy for her, and thus she never really, truly loved you in the way that you wanted, like you believe she did. Yeah, she treated you well, or yeah, she treats you well, yeah, she treats you nice, yeah, she treats you good and everything, but that's based on the condition that you are in the relationship and the way she wants you to be in the relationship with her. Which brings us now into the logic and the reason part. Because a lot of men are thinking irrationally here when it comes down to relationships and women. But the rational part is this: why wouldn't it be twice as good if one woman loves you completely and entirely? What makes you think two women wouldn't love you completely and entirely? Because that's been my experience. So when guys start mentioning this type of stuff, I couldn't imagine, she loves me so much, I love her so much. I love all my women. I love them deeply and dearly. And alhamdulillah, by their actions, it's clear they love me too, very deeply. So you're literally telling me you'd rather have $5 than 10, or $5 over 40, or 20, excuse me, be 20, because you have 4 wives, each one being a multiple of 5. Do you see what I'm saying? It gets exponentially better if you're that guy for her. If you're not, then obviously see things get exponentially worse because you were never that guy, and so she's going to make you suffer for not being in the relationship the way she wants you and the way she demands that you are in a relationship. Something to think about, guys. If your relationship is good, as you say it is, why wouldn't you want 2 of them? This goes back to the whole analogy about cars. And I know women aren't cars and they aren't money and whatever else, although women do make themselves commodities. OnlyFans has proven this. Muslim women, they do it too. They just do it in their own way. I want a $20,000 mahar. She's making herself a commodity. So, the money comparison is appropriate. So is the car, because the car, I don't know, the car isn't a commodity, but you know what I'm saying. They put a price tag on themselves. All of them do, Muslim or non-Muslim. It's just done differently. The Muslim way is more appropriate. Anyway, I thought this guy was going to ask me a question. Anyway, it's the whole car experience thing I was talking about. If a guy has only had junkers his whole life, just crappy cars his whole life, the idea of having another car is just terrifying to him. It's going to cost him more money, more time, more broken down on the side of the road, more problems. That's all he sees. And this is how a lot of guys see their relationships. And when he finally gets one car and it works well, he's like, I'm not gonna check the boat. I like this. I got this car. I'm happy with it. I'm a guy, I mean, same thing with cars. I've had good experiences with cars, bad experiences with cars, but enough to know that I want like multiple cars. I want a sports car, I want an SUV, I want like a family, 4-door station wagon type thing. Because my experience has been good. It's the same thing with women. So be careful of the quote unquote energy, is the kufar I like to say, that you put out there, because it makes clear about your inexperience or lack of experience when talking about women. Because the moment a guy starts talking about, I'd rather have one woman, I'd rather like this and rather like that, because, I'm going to love her intensely and she's going to love me intensely, it tells me already you have no experience with polygyny, and so, or women in general. I'd say women in general, if you believe that's the way female love operates, and it's not. Anyway, this is your man, Abuamerican.